Live from the corner of Keystone, South Lancaster Studios, this is DallasSportsTalkRadio.com. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at DallasSportsTA2. We're going to get into NBA playoffs 2024. Dallas Mavericks on the road facing OKC Thunder. We told you yesterday about the NBA on TNT cast. Big Diesel, Shaq, said that Dallas Mavericks going to get swept. Big Chuck, Charles Barkley, the round mound of Rebound, said that it goes 6 or 7. Kenny the Jet was the only one that really had, as far as a former athlete, a prediction that the Mavs could win this series if they're able to keep 3 games under 5 points. And then there's Ernie. Ernie tells us that he believes the Mavs win the series. So what do you say? After seeing game 1 in OKC, the Thunder fans were going crazy, but something was going on with the TNT overtime cameraman. Half the game was focused on Maxi Kleber sitting on the bench. You missed 7 or 8 points from the free throw line, a couple misses, a couple technical fouls. Other than that, Mavs get blown out second half of the fourth quarter after Kyrie hit a 3 to bring the deficit within 10 at the end of the third. So we go with what Shaq says, and we look at this team, and we don't see a sweep here. We don't see a sweep. We see game 2, Mavs may win that game, similar to where it was when they played against the Clippers. Whereas that filling out process in game 1, everyone could tell that it was a filling out process. And the Mavs kept it close. But where the Mavs lost their competitive edge, nothing off the bench. Tim Hardaway Jr. was, well, we don't want to say he played scared, but you could tell he's not played since game 1 of the first round. Then no Maxi Kleber. You had Derek Lively the second, first playoff experience, getting defensive 3-second calls. And we think back to when we were talking about the radio stations in the Metroplex not supporting Jason Kidd as a head coach, how they were saying that he should be fired because he wanted to run Maxi Kleber instead of bringing in Derek Lively the second or Daniel Gifford. So fast forward to last night. Whereas we had no Maxi Kleber, you had Derek Lively the second, and you had Daniel Gifford. Majority of the brain farts, we could say, things that possibly we could see Jason Kidd saying, I have more faith in Maxi Kleber, not necessarily, because of his athleticism. It could be the basketball IQ. And that's one of the things that had us in an uproar when you listen to the radio stations around the Metroplex, and the first thing they say they want to get rid of the head coach. Seemed like it was an ulterior motive because they were so close to the former head coach, Rich Carlisle, which we consider to be the coach that shouldn't have a job right now. when he got fired from the Dallas Mavericks, we weren't, although we're not advocates of people losing their jobs, we weren't sitting around saying, man, that was a bad move by the Dallas Mavericks for letting go of Rick Carlisle. First question we were asking, are they really going to bring in Jason Kidd now? Or are they going to hire Dirk? And that was the question. Jason Kidd is the most logical choice for the position. What he's done as far as maximizing the talent that he has, and it shows that he knows his players because he inherited Maxi Kleber. He inherited Luka Doncic. Hashtag Luka Doncic at Dallas Sports TA2 on social media. Jason Kidd inherited everyone except for Jaden, Josh, PJ Washington, Daniel Gifford, Kyrie Irving. So you've gone through that transition stage where you had everybody that Luka was familiar with, and you come back with a totally different team. Not saying a better team, but a different team than you had the previous time Dallas Mavericks were in the playoffs, making it to the Western Conference Finals and losing to the eventual NBA champion, Golden State Warriors. And then you bring in Nico, who was pretty much a rookie GM during that season. And he says, okay, we got rid of the Porzingis albatross of a contract. And that was the main thing people were looking at. How are we going to get rid of that contract? You still had Dorian Finney-Smith. You still had Jalen Brunson. And to lose those guys from your team that makes it to the Western Conference Finals was a big blow. So you come back and pretty much All-Star break following season, you bring in Kyrie and you lose Dorian, you lose Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Brunson is already gone, and you question every move that the coach makes when, on one hand, you have hosts that speak upon Dwight Powell. We love him. He's been with the team over 10 years. But you have professional, how we say, friends or colleagues or people that you could speak to on a professional level, give you a little insight to what's really going on. And then you want to say that these people who we speak to, they're general managers, they're scouts, they're still in other basketball cities. And they have said that Dwight Powell is not even a basketball player. What is Jason Kidd doing? Jason Kidd inherited Dwight Powell. Jason Kidd inherited a guy back when Dwight Powell was a part of Lob City. Everybody was like, oh yeah, that's what we need right now. All we need now is to bring in a 5. Because we got Dwight Powell playing the 4. We got Luka playing the 2 or the 1. All we need now is a big man. Whoa, what do we have? Someone like Tyson Chandler reliving 2011 all over again in 2024 and not realizing Dwight Powell went through another knee injury. Although he's not considered to be an NBA player, he's what you have on the team. Jason Kidd does what he can, making it seem like, hey, this is what I got. I can't complain about it. Do I wish Dwight Powell had more athleticism? Can't complain about it. But being that we're on the radio and we could be on the outside looking in and not going through the practices and not seeing the setups that Jason Kidd is setting up. Hey man, this kid Derek Lively, he has all the talent in the world, but it can't stop getting defensive 3-second penalties. Maybe that was something that Jason Kidd has seen. Man, this kid, Daniel Gafford, we love him. Athletic, jumps out of the gym, defensive stopper, all that. Rim rocker, rim protector. Daniel Gafford, we love him. Man, he just can't stay out of foul trouble. And when you get in crunch time, and you got a guy like a Maxi Kleber, who's a 6'10", who can shoot the three when he takes the shot. You just got to get the confidence to take the shot. In our opinion, he can take the shot. There was one game we went to, and we watched this guy warm up, lights out from three-point arc. Got in the game, took not one three-pointer, passing up wide open shots to give the ball to a more contested player on this team, and brick, foul, turnover. We got to have a more confident Dallas Mavericks team in game 2. You can't sit here and second guess Coach Jason Kidd for having the team that he has, and then when the team makes it through the first round, he receives his extension, all of a sudden, he can't coach. He coached you to this point. He's my coach, one of the favorite coaches in the NBA, happy that he's in the position, awaiting to see what type of defensive adjustments he's going to make. Because we saw a lot of wasted opportunity when Kyrie could have shut down Shai Gilgeous-Alexander by picking him up 90 feet, the same way he did James Harden. Maybe that's going to be the defensive adjustment Coach Jason Kidd makes. That would be the one that we would make. Plus, you get into the playoffs, referees were allowing these young guys to flop, flail, do all that. And then when you got the braids swinging everywhere, it looks a lot more damaging than it is. So you got the Dallas Mavericks on the road in OKC. The last time they met in this position, OKC went on to face the Miami Heat. Excuse us, Miami Heat in the NBA final. But everybody is picking OKC to beat the Dallas Mavericks except us. Subscribe, engage, like, connect with us on social media at Dallas Sports TA2.